look at my face. Look at these wrinkles. Look at these gray hairs. Now look at this face. That's me. That photo was taken of me back in March of 2005 on the very first day the Driver Rehabilitation Center opened its doors. Note, no wrinkles, no gray hair, no real understanding of just how dangerous and horrifying it would be to be teaching the country's most inept motorists. I miss that guy. So innocent, so excited, so clueless. Because at this stage in his life, he'd never uttered those three little words that cause all the wrinkles and the gray hair. You know the three little words I'm talking about. Canada's worst driver.
The nominees for Canada's worst driver are Mariah from Port Colborne, Ontario. If Mariah's airbag ever deployed while she was driving, she'd spend the next week picking her cell phone out of her teeth.
What are you gonna do?
Tyler from rural Quebec sits so close to his steering wheel that if his airbag ever popped, it would smash him in the face.
Oh, Jesus.
Jason from Sudbury drives with his hand on the top of the steering wheel, which means that if his airbag ever deployed, he'd punch himself in the face.
I could be Canada's worst driver.
Oh.
Seaham from Calgary was once in a 4-car pileup and now lives in fear of her airbag going off.
What the hell is the matter with me?
And Cheney from Calgary, well,
Oh my God. So much better.
Cheney might be putting herself in more danger than any of them. Cheney, you ride with your left foot on the dashboard?
Yeah, out like the window on the door.
Out the window on
Kind
the door?
of. Like on the door, yeah.
Okay. Today, I'm going to show Canada's worst drivers how violently an airbag inflates. When that airbag blows, it comes out at more than 300 kilometers an hour. And if you're in its way, that's an impact. There was a woman in the States last year lost her thumb because it was over where the airbag leaves. Boom, it just blew it off.
Holy cow.
So, want to see an airbag blow up? The rear view mirror goes flying when the airbag opens up, literally faster than the blink of an eye. Canada's worst drivers don't see that, but they think they see
Smoke.
Smoke.
I heard it was the same stuff that's in a fire extinguisher. Is that
It's
true?
dust, yeah, it's not smoke.
It's dust?
And one of the reasons why that stuff is in there is so it doesn't stick to your face and peel it off.
Sounded like a shotgun, too.
What do you think that would do to your leg if it was out the window?
Probably wouldn't have a leg.
Class dismissed. Sometimes, when you drive really, really badly, you just want to vanish. Say, for example, you screw up a 3-point turn and you're in public and you block traffic. That's embarrassing, isn't it? How to prevent that? Well, that embarrassment wouldn't occur if you knew how to do a 3-point turn or if you had a cloak of invisibility like the one I'm wearing now. But I gotta tell you, having a cloak of invisibility comes with problems because to make it work correctly, you need a couple of props guys from the art team, and that gets expensive after a while. I would suggest you actually learn how to do a 3-point turn. We're about to teach Canada's worst drivers how to do a 3-point turn in this school bus, and I am keeping the cloak of invisibility. Where'd I go? Cheney doesn't know what a three-point turn is.
3-point turn.
I don't know what that is, Jeremy.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Jeremy is Cheney's patient boyfriend. And he explains that a three-point turn involves going forward, then reversing, then going forwards again to get turned around. One reason we're using a bus for this challenge is because its exaggerated length will help drive home the lesson that rear wheels take turns sharper than front wheels. Are you using your mirrors?
Oh, no.
Canada's worst drivers will each get 40 minutes to take as many attempts as they need to pass this challenge. And on Cheney's first attempt, she doesn't bother using her mirrors.
Whoa, so did you use your mirrors when you were reversing?
No.
You've got mirrors plural, right? You've got mirrors
there's the
plural.
car.
And here's the barrier again.
Now, are you checking out your mirror again? No, you're not. You're crushing that.
Ah.
We talked about that. You got to recognize that when you make a turn, your rear wheels take it sharper than your front wheels.
Before Cheney's next attempt,
Here's your
Yes.
street.
I draw the route her bus must take to accomplish a three-point turn.
You go 1.
Yeah.
Then you reverse. Boink. That's 2. And then you come out 3.
With the map taped to her windshield,
Oh, I think I got it, guys.
Cheney succeeds.
Did I do it?
Cheney followed the map perfectly.
Well done.
Perfect.
3-point turn, man.
Licensed airplane pilot Tyler is worried about driving our school bus.
I think flying a plane is harder than driving a school bus.
I would beg to differ.
A few days ago at the rehab center,
You gotta think of how you're gonna take your 3-point turn now.
Tyler's best friend Q suggested he do a three-point turn.
What is this 3-point turn?
Today, I explained the three-point turn to Tyler,
This is where I want it to be.
and he does the maneuver easily.
Way to go!
Tyler is a model student.
Okay, I definitely understand that now.
The 3-point turn?
Yeah.
Jason has a habit of hitting things.
Oh, you're hitting the car.
That's Bert, Jason's older brother, who counts the turns taken in Jason's first attempt.
That was what, a 13-point turn, I think.
Yeah.
On Jason's next 3 attempts, he starts by taking a tighter first turn, and then a tighter one, and then a tighter one.
I know the concept, but it's just not clicking in.
Jason will figure this out later.
This is, I come in like this, and then I'm supposed to go like this, a triangle. Oh, geez. I think I just solved something there. Eureka! I think I know where I probably did wrong.
Seaham doesn't know how to do a three-point turn, but her husband does.
You need all of the room.
Wayne has been asked to stop doing all the thinking for his wife.
As close as you can.
But instead of letting Seaham think for herself,
Eye on your mirrors.
Wayne talks her through the steps.
You're clear.
Wayne's success goes straight to Seaham's head.
I think I may have a good chance to graduate.
Mariah says she knows how to do a three-point turn.
This is stupid.
But instead of using all of the available space, Mariah makes small turns back and forth until she gets herself wedged.
This is stupid.
She doesn't want to use mirrors.
That's Jessica, Mariah's best friend.
This is reminding me of the stupid freaking Cadillac.
So how are you going to get away from the car?
I don't remember what I did.
Back on day 1 of rehab, Mariah got our Cadillac stuck.
Oh! Ah!
To get unstuck, I taught her how to do an S-turn. Go as far to the right as you can. Now go all the way to the left that you can. Turn back so you're straight again and back up. Back up from there. Keep backing up. Now look out your window. Look, I can get my whole fist in there now. Okay, so just by doing that, going to the right and then to the left and backing straight up, means that you move the car sideways a little bit. Back on our three-point turn challenge. Mariah isn't using the S-turn technique.
Looks like she's trying to saw a log with a tiny saw. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
That's our legal expert, Cam Woolley. Beside him is Philippe Letourneau, our high-speed driving instructor. There's also therapist Shamala Kiru and our head driving instructor, Tim Danter.
She's just boxing herself totally in.
Together, these experts will help me decide who is Canada's worst driver. And it might be Mariah.
Stupidest thing ever.
Mariah fails. But I want her to learn. So,
I'll talk you through it.
I teach her how to do a three-point turn.
That was good.
Okay, you understand?
I failed, but that's cool.
When we come back, Canada's worst drivers learn how to do a 180-degree spin out by using their handbrake.
Handbrake turn, and I'm out of there.
Did you know that when you're traveling in a car that's going forward at 50 kilometers an hour, you can make it do a complete 180-degree spin out just by performing a simple little steering maneuver and then pulling hard on the handbrake? Now, the handbrake, of course, is located between the driver's seat and the passenger seat, and it is never found on the top of a bus, which begs the question, why am I on the top of a bus? I have no idea. All I know for sure right now is that Canada's worst drivers are about to receive a lesson on how to do a 180-degree handbrake turn from our high-speed expert, Philippe Letourneau.
Ready for more training? Training with training, training, training?
Absolutely.
All right.
Doing a controlled spin-out requires a sudden weight shift and a sudden lack of traction on the rear wheels.
When you pull on the handbrake, does it lock the front wheels or the rear wheels?
I don't know.
The front ones.
The front?
Or
the rear?
the rear.
The rear,
Okay. Okay.
Pulling the handbrake locks the rear wheels, which is critical for success in this maneuver. Philippe breaks it down step by step.
I'm gonna let go the gas.
Yeah.
Swing one way, swing the other way. And out of there.
Okay.
Let's review. While going 50k an hour, Philippe suddenly releases the gas pedal.
Gonna let go the gas, let go the gas, let go the gas.
That reduces the car's speed and shifts its weight forward. With the weight shifted forward, there's less traction on the rear tires.
Let go the gas.
Yeah.
Swing one way.
Swinging the car one way shifts its weight in the opposite direction. And when Philippe suddenly swings the other way,
Swing the other way.
the car's weight slingshots itself to the outside edge, making this wheel here carry the majority of the load. Then it's time to pull the handbrake.
And out of there.
Okay, that's good. We should start putting doggy bags in these cars.
When Canada's worst drivers attempt the maneuver, several mistakes are made fairly consistently.
A little bit too early.
First of all,
It was a bit early.
the bad drivers tend to pull the handbrake too soon.
If you start pulling on the emergency brake while the car is still moving forward,
Okay.
the inertia wants the car to keep going straight, right?
Oh.
But the most common problem is people panicking and hitting the foot brake.
which slows down the front wheels.
No braking.
When drivers hit the foot brake, these brake lights come on.
If the front wheels are locked, you're gonna skid.
It takes some time, but...
Et voila.
Fudge. Awesome.
All of Canada's worst drivers manage to repeatedly achieve this complicated maneuver.
Yeah. That was awesome. Oh.
So you're gonna pass this challenge, right?
I will.
You're gonna pass your challenge?
I will.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass my challenge.
Yes, you
yeah.
I'm passing this one.
To pass the challenge, drivers will have to do the maneuver in this confined space, around this stationary object, in this fancy schmancy Mustang. Before I started hosting Canada's worst driver, I was a less than average driver. Now, though,
I am an excellent driver. In fact, I'm sort of like a Hollywood stunt driver on steroids, and I can do things like this. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, baby, I love my job because I can now do 180-degree handbrake turns in my sleep. Can Canada's worst drivers do them? We're about to find out in our 180-degree handbrake turn test.
and Jason is up first.
So here's the deal.
Okay.
You pass, we'll do the happy dance.
Okay.
If you fail, we'll do the sad dance.
Yeah.
Okay?
For this challenge, we're giving the bad drivers 3 chances to pass.
Oh, shit. No, where's the brake? Oh, freak. Forgot the brake.
Forgot the brake.
Yes.
It's an handbrake turn.
You'd think certain things would be obvious. Put your hand on the handbrake during the handbrake turn challenge. Here goes the man who might be Canada's worst driver.
This time, Jason hits the foot brake. Look at the lights.
What? I don't know. I braked.
Why don't you hit the foot brake in this challenge?
Because the car will, because the car will loses control when you use the foot brake.
One of the reasons why we tell you not to hit the foot brake is because that does something to the car that's different to what the handbrake does to the car. What's the difference?
It causes a pivot point.
Whoa.
What is that simple difference between the handbrake and the foot brake?
Your feet and your hands.
Think about it. What's the difference?
Oh, frick.
I'm going to take a seat. I have a sense this could take a while.
You're breaking the, because the car needs a pivot point, and so when you put the back brakes on, it'll prevent it from sliding. Is that?
So when you pull the handbrake, how is that a different method of braking than when you hit the foot brake? What's the difference?
Instead of the front, it's stopping the back.
Woohoo! This is a major breakthrough in vehicle understanding. When you rip the handbrake, only the rear wheels lock. When you hit the foot brake, all 4 wheels stop turning.
Yes.
Excellent. Here's his final attempt.
Almost. That was a fail, eh?
Failing means it's time for a sad dance.
It's okay. It's all right.
Maybe I tried too hard.
Do you do that sometimes? You try too hard and then it just doesn't work out?
Yes.
And then you find yourself all alone doing the sad dance?
Yeah, exactly.
It's all right. Put your head on my shoulder. It's okay if you cry. Let it out. Let it all out.
When we come back, The rest of Canada's worst drivers see if they can pass the forward handbrake spin-out challenge. Canada's worst drivers have learned how to do a 180-degree spin-out by pulling their handbrake.
Okay.
Huh?
Yeah.
Now, they're being tested on that skill.
That was a fail, eh?
And pilot Tyler is up next.
Ready for takeoff?
I'm ready.
Cabin crew is ready for departure.
On his first attempt, Q calls out the speed.
30, 40, 50.
And Tyler lets go of the handbrake. Tyler needs to drive without Q's help.
40, 50.
I have an issue with that attempt.
Let's hear it.
Who's calling out the speed for you in a normal driving situation?
Usually me, but...
Usually Q.
Pull up your big boy pants and know your own speed.
Okay, this one's a solo.
So this time, Q can tell you when to pull the handbrake, though. That's fine, okay?
Perfect, okay.
No! No, you fell for the easiest sucker test of all time. No, he can't tell you when to pull the brake. You have to drive, man.
Okay.
These people! People always ask me, where do I find them? In the far reaches of hell.
Without Q calling the speed, Tyler goes 60.
Good job.
What would we call that?
A pass.
I'm feeling generous. So yeah, let's call that a pass.
What do we get out of this experience?
Confidence.
Cheney is up next.
Selfie.
Come on, get focused.
Just when you think Cheney's ready to do a challenging challenge, no, it's actually time to take a selfie. Here's our first attempt.
A little bit early with the handbrake.
Did I do it?
Not quite. And on her next attempt, she doesn't do it at all.
No! I totally forgot to use the e-brake this time. Oh my God.
Watch that again. Seeing the wall coming at him, Jeremy reaches down and pulls the brake.
Yeah, I know. I totally just went blank.
Jeremy, you hop out this time. All right, Cheney, you just as confident alone in the vehicle?
No, I'm starting to panic.
She's got it. She just got to remember the steps.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Will she remember the steps?
Let's see.
E-brake.
Cheney's got her mind on the e-brake. She's got her hand on the e-brake.
E-brake.
And she's got her eyes on the prize.
How do I put the e-brake down?
That pass makes it 2 in a row for Cheney.
Did it.
Seaham's husband doesn't want to be involved in a spin-out.
I get motion sick pretty bad.
Yeah, we'll change roles. Do you hear me over there, Wayne?
While Wayne stands like a bump on a log, I encourage Seaham to get over her defeated attitude.
Thank you. Alrighty.
Here we go. Seaham not taking passionate control of the vehicle has been a problem in practically every challenge. And in this challenge,
Same problem.
on her second attempt, Seaham is so disengaged, she forgets to pull the handbrake until it's too late. In the aftermath of this error, Seaham whispers that she will pass.
I hope she screamed it out loud that she will.
I want her to do that too. Let's see if we can make that happen right now. Scream, I will do it.
I will do it.
Yeah, but scream it. You know, I will do it!
I will do it.
I will do it!
Oh my God. Okay, I will do it.
Yes, I will do it!
I will do it.
Yes, what?
I will do it.
Yes! You did not do it!
Seaham needs to stop whispering in defeated tones.
Because I, frankly, don't believe you when you say, I'm going to do it this time. And I don't think you believe yourself either. I think you're just saying the positive thing.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Exactly. It is.
Mariah hits the foot brake on her first attempt.
I definitely think I hit the brakes.
On her second attempt, it's the same story.
Brake, I hit the brakes again! Ugh!
What do you think? You think she's gonna pass on our last run of the day? Place your bets, because it's on now.
Did you hit the brake?
A little bit.
Mariah doesn't understand what's going on around her.
What is the point of anything that we did today?
When we come back,
Oh my God.
Canada's worst drivers keep spinning around.
Okay.
This time in reverse.
Easy as ABC.
Oh, yeah.
To do a 180-degree spin out while driving in reverse, all you have to do is take everything you know about driving and then flip it upside down. This is not actually what I meant. I'm probably not the best person to explain how to do a 180-degree spin out in reverse. For that task, I'm going to hand it over to our high-speed driving expert, Philippe Letourneau.
Let go to gas, one way.
And
Swing the other way.
mackerel. Okay.
Look where I want to go.
All right.
Teaching Canada's worst drivers this anxiety-inducing maneuver
Let go to gas. Swing one direction, the other direction.
is something Philippe Letourneau has been doing for years.
Simple as that.
Yeah, that was simple.
And back in season 4, he taught it to me.
Obviously, we're going to start in reverse.
How fast?
Plus or minus about 30 to 40K. We need to create what we call a pendulum effect to swing the car full 180.
Steering does that.
Quarter turn to the right,
Yeah.
so we swing the car one way.
Right.
Then right away, we'll swing the car the other way. About 3/4 turn.
Why am I bothering going to the right? I don't
It's
understand
basically to create a pendulum effect.
The pendulum effect uses momentum to conquer gravity. Here's how it works. Philippe reverses at 35k an hour, then turns slightly one-way freeze. That small turn causes the car's center of gravity to direct its momentum this way. When Philippe steers the other way, the center of gravity keeps pushing out as the vehicle turns in. The left front wheel bears the extra weight, while the rising right wheel loses its grip on the pavement. The compromised traction allows the entire front end to freely swing like a pendulum. When this year's Canada's Worst Driver nominees attempt the maneuver, oversteering on their first turn is the most common problem.
The first steering input, you went crank the wheel. The first one, just a quarter turn. Relax, then hard. relax, then hard.
Relaxing during this maneuver
Was it too much?
Oh, a lot.
is easier said than done.
Then go to gas. One way, the other way.
Oh, I turned too much.
What did you do wrong?
I did turn too much.
Way too much.
Yeah.
For this exercise, the bad drivers are being taught to steer towards a cone by looking at it in their rearview mirror. But Seaham spends more time looking at her speedometer than looking where she wants to go.
Brake, 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 brake.
Brake?
Yeah. Where's
Over
your
there.
cone right now?
It's way over there.
Where's the cone in the mirror?
I can't see it.
You can't see it.
Yeah.
So are we backing up straight?
No.
Go back to the start.
It does take a while, but
That was awesome.
all of Canada's worst drivers do manage to get comfortable while repeatedly achieving this rather stressful piece of stunt driving.
Like a pro. Are you happy?
Yes, I'm very happy.
For the challenge, Canada's worst drivers will have to do a reverse 180 in this contained space. And the vehicle they'll be doing it in is our Cadillac CTS-V, which just a few short days ago was absolutely pristine. Now, not so much.
I'm like nervous already. This one always freaks me out. Now, the bad drivers have learned to use their rear view mirror for this challenge. It's because we're trying to teach them many, many different ways to reverse.
I begin by reversing slowly towards the box.
But I do need to go 45, so I punch it. One small and then big the other way. Woohoo! And just like that, you can do a 180-degree skid in your car. Oh, you can also shake like a leaf because it's kind of freaky.
I passed, but I think this course is too tight. To give the bad drivers a fighting chance, our course builders are now widening the confined space. And Jason is up first.
So, Jason, before you came to rehab, remind me how your reversing was.
It sucked.
It still does suck because he doesn't look where he wants to go. Drivers will have 3 chances to pass this challenge. And if Jason doesn't start looking where he wants to go, he's going to need all 3 chances.
Crap.
Jason couldn't reverse a lick when he first arrived. Now he's going fast. Here we go, second attempt.
On his second attempt, Jason again doesn't look where he wants to go.
Oh, shoot. Crap.
Whoa.
Philippe taught you to look where?
Where I want to go. Right in the rear view
And
mirror.
in the rear view mirror in this particular case,
Yes.
okay? We taught Jason to use the rear view mirror for this challenge because you can look straight through the course. Ooh, he's going fast. Last attempt.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Jason fails miserably.
When you pass, you feel really good.
But you didn't pass.
But I didn't pass.
When we come back, the rest of Canada's worst drivers see if they can pull off a reverse 180.
I think I did it.
Canada's worst drivers have learned how to do a controlled 180-degree spin out in reverse.
Never imagined I would do something like that.
Now, they're being tested on that skill.
Crap.
And Mariah is up next. Clearly, Mariah isn't looking where she wants to go.
I didn't see those.
Use your mirrors.
I wasn't looking.
Oh, no, you didn't start a challenge and start driving without looking. No.
Stupid. Who does that?
You do.
That's stupid.
That's why you hit things.
Drivers have 3 chances to pass this challenge. And this time, Mariah looks where she wants to go. When Mariah focuses, she's okay.
I was like shaking the whole time. But I was like, just kidding.
Licensed pilot Tyler is up next.
We're going to be reaching a cruising speed in reverse today of approximately 40 kilometers per hour.
My prediction? He's going to come out of the gates at a high speed and destroy the very first barrier he could possibly hit. Let's see how Tyler does. It's like I'm clairvoyant. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. Trying to deal with Canada's worst drivers, but Tyler's one of them. Here's his second attempt.
On Tyler's second attempt, he goes 60k an hour.
Oh my God.
Before coming to rehab, Tyler couldn't reverse at all, so there's some improvement, I guess. Third chance.
One improvement Tyler hasn't made is that he's still getting Q to tell him when to do things.
No.
Shoot!
Tyler needs to realize that driving isn't done by we.
We just did the reverse 180 challenge, and I failed.
Seaham couldn't get less enthusiastic about this challenge.
That's okay. I'll just do it, I guess. Thanks.
Holy wet blanket. Invite her to a wedding, she'd be like, I don't think this is going to work out. Here's Seaham's first attempt. Let's see how pitifully she wanders through this at a very slow speed. Well, it wasn't that slow, but it certainly was pitiful.
Look where you want to go is our motto. But Seaham was spending more time looking at her speedometer.
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
Do you want to practice in this car?
Yes.
Yes? Let's go practice. I'm going to hop in with you.
Practicing the maneuver.
At the rear view. At the rear view. Not...
Seaham is still looking at the speedometer more than looking where she wants to go.
Oh! Twice you look down.
I just keep
Don't
checking
need you to look
my
down.
speed.
I'm telling you, man, look in the rear view. Forget that. Forget that. Look in the rear view mirror.
Look where you want to go. You'll feel the speed. You don't have to look at the speedometer.
Wayne felt the speed, and it didn't agree with him.
He's motion sick.
Wayne, are you okay?
Oh, God.
I can ride in the passenger seat. You don't have to do it.
Oh, dear God.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, we'll go back to the start.
This time, Seaham stares at the rear view mirror, and she goes the correct speed.
That's successful. That's successful, Seaham. Just like that.
Seaham just needs a little kick in the ass every now and then.
You keep trying. We're going to get you to be a driver.
Thank you so much.
Janie has finally started wearing shoes that aren't high heels. Will proper footwear lead to a success?
Oh, shit. Oh, I didn't do that right at all. Before I came to rehab, I've never reversed.
Never reversed at all.
No.
Good looks got her license. Good lessons might get her this pass.
Did I do it?
Janie succeeds! Which means she's passed every challenge this episode.
Congratulations.
When we come back,
Do you want to graduate today?
Canada's worst drivers face our experts. In this episode of Canada's Worst Driver, the nominees learned how to do a forward 180 by using their handbrake.
No, where's the brake? Oh, brake.
They learned how to do a reverse 180 by using their inertia. And they learned how to do a 3-point turn in a bus.
Are you using your mirrors?
Oh, no.
Now, it's time for me and the experts to decide who should graduate. And it might be Cheney. She's the only person who passed every challenge this episode.
When you go back to Calgary,
right,
how are you a better driver for having done those challenges? You don't understand the point of our educational system, do you? Do you want to graduate today?
I want to continue learning. The more that I can get out of this, the better I'm going to be. I want to leave here 100%. I don't want to leave half-ass. What's the point of that?
Earlier this episode, Seaham thought she would be the next graduate.
Do you want to graduate today?
I think I've got a bit more to learn.
It's nice to see you engaged in this process because I think you can get a lot out of it.
Everyone, it seems, wants to get more out of this process.
Do you want to graduate this episode?
No.
I just don't think that it's time.
I know I won't graduate today.
We need more happy dances.
I
The
know.
sad dance was so sad.
I know.
Who will graduate? This is a tough one.
Cheney's the only one that eventually passed the reverse 180, eventually passed handbrake, eventually passed 3 points. By the numbers, she should graduate.
But Cam, do you think she's a safe driver?
No.
Philippe, what do you think?
If we just look at facts, Cheney should go.
But that doesn't mean she should graduate.
Who do you think it should be?
I would say Seaham.
Why?
I see the most improvement in Seaham.
Tim?
If I wanted someone driving on the roadways next to me, it would be Seaham.
Philippe, you're laughing.
Who we graduate, I think it should be who did the best on this show, and it's Cheney.
Okay, so it's 2 for Cheney and 2 for Seaham, which leaves me to break the tie. And I'm here to say... This episode, the experts debated 2 people as potential graduates. Seaham, you, and Cheney, you. Seaham, you did very well this episode. And Cheney, you actually passed more challenges than anybody this episode. So, Seaham, Cheney, this episode's graduate is... No one. None of you guys are ready to drive, and you know it. You both said you didn't want to graduate yet. Who will be the next graduate from our rehab center? That's not even the real question. The real question is, who is Canada's worst driver?
On the next episode of Canada's Worst Driver.
Get out of the way, bitch!
The nominees park in a simulated mall parking lot.
Freaking mall.
Eat it. When that turns into a fiasco,
Oh my god!
we teach them to parallel park. And then the pace picks up with the fastest slalom challenge we've ever done.
What the